Hi, I'm James Blower, or JB, and I'm going to show you a DR failover using Veeam Recovery Orchestrator, or VRO. And I just want to show you I've got my vCenter with my VMs here running. So I've got my file server, FS1, I've got my web server, WS1, and I've got my Docker Linux Ubuntu server, CS1. So my web server is running my website here. My file server is running this Veeam share, some images in it. Let's just have a look. There we go, a nice picture of Meta. And finally, I put it onto my CS1. We can see it's running Docker. Okay, so they're all running, all healthy. Now, as part of my the hands-on lab for VRO, I've got a script called Disaster. It's just here. I'll go ahead and run that, which is basically simulate an entire outage of that production cluster. And then once they're down, it will test that the service is down by verifying the website is not available, the share, or Docker. And there we go. Putty has dropped. We can see that we can't ping it. We can see that the File Explorer has come up and the share is down. And we can also see that a new tab has opened and the website is now not available. If I refresh my original tab, same problem, the website won't load, so production is completely down. WS1, CS1, FS1, turned off. So now we're going to use a failover, my restore plans within Veeam Recovery Orchestrator, and we're going to very quickly fail those over now. The services, I'll show you my tags. File server 1 is gold, web server says critical, it's platinum, and my CS1 is silver. So platinum being the most important, we've actually got a CDP job running for that. So if I quickly look in Veeam backward replication, you can see my CDP job here. What we're going to do now is actually invoke the failover. Requires a password because this is not something you might not want to fail over all of your services straight to DR by accident. So we put our password in, we use short-term restore points, and then latest restore point, finish. Now CDP failover is running. You can see that's checking licensing, make sure it's okay. Shut down the source VM, it's completed with a warning because it's already shut down. And it's now processing it, and then it'll start to check heartbeat. So straight away, our CDP replica's here. We'll see the steps within VMware that VRO is orchestrating for us. This is starting to do some steps already. While that's running, I'm going to kick off the gold replica job. In order to bring back our file server and the silver restore job. Because this is a restore job, I can choose my recovery location, and I've got DR production here. You could also have a third site like Azure and recover straight to Azure if necessary. I'm not going to check for malware, but this is what we could do if we wanted to. We could then iterate through the last known 10 restore points to make sure they're clean if the first one isn't as part of the scan, and hit finish. You can also see that my CDP replica VM has now started to come up. If I load the web console, we can see Debian Linux is starting to boot. Very shortly we'll be able to browse back to my website. And it's back already. So a couple of minutes and the CDP plan's already brought my website back up in DR via the CDP replica. You can see the VRO restore CS1 of my Docker machine is now starting to appear. And we can see my replica of my file server that's already booting. If I launch the web console for this, you can see it's ready to go. It's all booted. That's my file explorer. And because for the Gold file server, I actually in DR have a new IP address. I've just got a new DNS name for share DR. We go to our images and there's our meta image on our file server running in DR on its new IP address, all re-IP'd. I'll just show you that Gold replica plan. Click on the VM, we can see some of the steps. And as it's running through each of its steps, we can see here applying re-IP rules at 23.24, applied re-IP from my 172 in production to my 192 in DR, and as we've seen, the VM is currently up and pingable, and yeah, you can go onto the S-config for it because it's running server core. Final one is the silver. Let's have a look. We can see that's restore recovery is running. Let's check the restore point. It's giving it its size in the DR. It started the VM. So if I look at vCenter now, launch that web console. It's booted. I'll just log onto it. And we can see Docker's running and hello world responds for me. I can also put it. And there we have it. My web server, my file server, and my Docker server all back and restored via Veeam Recovery Orchestrator in 3 clicks. If you want to see anything else, please go onto the on-demand hands-on lab and go for the enterprise level disaster recovery, and you can run through the entire guide that goes through this step by step. Finally, and most importantly, is the DR documentation. So if I go from my recovery plans into reporting, you can see here we've got our reports that have been produced. First of all, if I go to my CDP plan execution, this Veeam logo can be changed to whatever logo you want, and we can customize this report a little bit. Let's just zoom in and take a look. We can see the start time of my run plan. You can see it was all licensed, and we can see some of the steps that were taken. So RPO is 30 minutes, and the recovery point age is 1 minute. So yeah, we pass our RPO. The recovery time objective RTO was 30 minutes, and we had that system and website back up in 3 minutes 46 from the minute the second I clicked go. And we can see the steps that were run as we go through. Freeman short-term RPO. You can see that he added the IP address successfully in the DR network and all the steps that were taken. Finally, we'll do the same for the gold replica job. Just zoom in a little bit so we can read it. Again, we've got the log of who ran it, start time, all the details. We've got our checks, 8-hour RPO because it's a gold, and restore point age is 3 hours 22, so we passed our RPO. Recovery time objective 30 minutes, and we had our entire gold file served back up in 3 minutes 35 seconds. Then if we go down to some of the more detailed steps, we can see the start and end time of every step that was run. And one of the key ones here is the ReIP rule. Apply ReIP 172.16.1.x for that subnet has been changed to 192.168.1.10. So it knows it was .10 in the production, and it's given it .10 in DR because that was available. Then it started it, powered on, IP addresses assigned successfully, started to do its poll, health checks, and finally ping check to make sure it's available. Yep, all successful, and that's it. So that's, as I said, 3-click recovery of my platinum, gold, and silver services, and then a fully documented, detailed report with every step logged and the start and finish time, and whether it was successful or a failure. I'm James Blah, JB. Thank you very much for watching.